Hi, I'm Cindy.
And Dan?
Well, for the past week and a half, we've been living in our dream home.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it's not finished. Not finished at all, actually. Although we did make some progress. Then you build us a staircase at the back. We've not filmed the staircase build because the reality of it is that it was so very hot. So Dan was working 5 minutes, resting, 5 minutes, resting. Uh, like everywhere else in the world, Portugal is undergoing a massive heat wave, and that means kind of working in bits and pieces sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But today is actually a fantastic day. Fantastic day for us. 71% chances of rain, high wind. What else? Temperature inside of maybe 24 degrees in the house, which means that we're back on the clock. We're back on working.
Yeah. It did rain some this morning, and we hope for more this afternoon.
Mm. Yeah, when we saw the weather forecast yesterday, we knew that today was going to be a really good build day for us. So we took the time to bring in 10 sheets of gypsum. And yeah, pretty much what we're going to be focusing on today is installing the bottom part of the gypsum in the main living area.
Yeah.
Correct?
That's the plan we have.
Now, when it comes to gypsum, if you've seen our disaster attempt at putting gypsum on our ceiling, we know that we need to set ourselves small goals, small wins. So, pretty much our only goal for today is to do the bottom part of this. Now, we have to see how it's going, but hopefully we can do more. But the only goal for today is to put the gypsum on the bottom part of the wall that separates our main living area and the bathroom. We have 10 sheets. If things are going well, we can do more. If things are not going well, we're going to take a break, reassess the spirits, reassess the mood, reassess everything, and then continue maybe tomorrow.
Because we also have a lot of these outlets, switches, and everything here in the living room. We have, I'm not sure now, but 6 or 8 outlets for sure.
Mm-mm.
So it's a lot of cutting in the gypsum and measuring. So it's the hardest room, I think. And we also have to see a bit with the spacing, because usually what I'm used to is that we have CC 60 in between the center of the beams. But now the insulation is 600, so the CC of the beams is pushed out quite much. So you have to see how it measures up with the gypsum as well, and how much we get in waste material. But
we have to see.
Yeah, and if you're gonna install them laying or standing, it all depends on where it fits in the best.
Yeah, exactly. There's still a bit of testing around the installation, the gypsum installation, but I think we can figure this out, right?
Yeah.
So, without further ado, we're not sure which build day we're on, but we've been here for a week and a half, and this all needs to be done.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. And just put it here so we can start measuring a bit.
Yes.
Don't have to walk so much.
Okay. So I'm going to move backwards and then you're going to go in, or should I go that way?
Just go in. You liked it today,
Yeah. Nice. That was smooth.
This is probably leaning a bit.
Okay.
Because we need to clear this part as well.
Yes.
Front
Okay.
of it anyhow.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then we need to put corners on
Okay.
to get strong, so we don't break the corner.
Yes. Exactly. So you want me to hold it there?
Of course, this one is half. What can we do? I doubt this is going to be perfect, but that's why the cover lids are there for.
Yeah. so then you did a test sheet up here.
We did a test sheet there.
And, well, it turns out that actually installing gypsum with the new bit is going pretty well.
Yeah,
huh?
it's a completely different story. You just have to, since we don't have to monitor the depth of it, we just have to screw in the screws. It goes in a blink of an eye instead of just
Exactly.
too much.
exactly. So our plan for today initially was just to do the bottom part.
Mm-hmm.
We did this piece as a test sheet, and it's going quite well.
Yeah, it does.
So we're having to change the game plan, and the priority right now is going to be to cover this wall with gypsum. Then we can move all of our belongings around here, and then start with the other wall.
Yeah.
That's the thing with us. You get a bit of adjustment here and there as we shoot and as we do the work, but I'm sure you guys understand that, right? We have to adjust as we work.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only thing.
So, another sheet.
Another sheet. Just to break off the paper so we don't get it.
Tony, leave my coffee alone. Oh. So, second day of the great gypsum adventure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
this side and then double gypsum on that side. So we kind of get a hang of it before.
Great.
Guys, and just so you know, in case you wondered, we also inquired about getting a professional plasterer to come and install our gypsum and to plaster it. And he was charging 35 euros per square meter. So, yeah, that's why we're having to do the job ourselves because, frankly, we can't afford a real plasterer. So let's see what happens.
It would be done by now, though. But...
It would be done by now if we had hired a real professional to do this. But we couldn't pay him. So that's, yeah. 35 euros a square meter.
Yeah, but that's included installing the gyps.
That's installed.
With the screws and spackling and sanding and everything.
Yes.
So it's a good quote, I think, with all the work that it entails.
There's a lot of work to do in the house.
But we can't afford it.
We can't afford it. That's the thing. We can't afford it in.
No.
Yeah.
We will not be doing this right now.
If we would. It's a good thing we're sanding the floors as well. Not just like stepping into smears.
The professional keeps most of the spackling on the walls.
We keep it
on the floor mostly.
on the floor, on ourselves. Yeah. But it is what it is. I mean, this is the money that we have to finish the house, right?
So, getting done. And you're doing it together, right?
We're doing it. Saying, like, so when we don't have internet yet, but when we went in town, we were able to scroll through some of the comments that we've had in our past videos. And one of the big questions you guys had was, why are your windows opening inwards? So Dan, why are our windows opening inwards?
Because they're manufacturing that way.
Manufactured that way.
Yeah. And it's also, I think, because we have like the outer lip seals close to the inner lip here, so when the water rains, it rains over it and runs off the windows instead of catching on a corner and getting backfall and potentially leaking, I guess. But on the outside of the windows, we have all the drainage points in the bottom of the window, so that's what we based all how we put in the windows. So we have the irrigation or the water running out from the bottom of the windows. And also these windows are picked because they're fit in between the insulation, the same 600 minus, so 58 your installation width, so you get a centimeter on each side.
Yeah.
But that's also one of the main purposes we picked the 60 x 110 window.
Yeah.
That's great.
So normally a professional would probably take 2 hours.
He will come in and say, see you after lunch.
See you after lunch. It's been 2 days that we're working on 2 walls, and frankly, we're not in any rush to get it done. We just wanted to get it done to a really high standard because
we put a generous timeline on this gypsum project.
Mm-hmm. We have.
And the only time I really have is to get all the boards on the wall before the rain starts to come on a daily basis or bi-daily basis.
Yes.
And I think it's a good tempo, and also we're learning now, as we said, we're starting on the back wall, getting our bearings, and I think we're getting better at getting smet on the wall.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're getting better for sure. But again, by no means are we professional. If you're looking for a great channel and just a great guide to teach you about plaster or any kind of cement.
Yes, everything turns out flush and it just looks so easy.
Oh my God. take a look at, I mean, it's one of our favorite channels. Right?
Yeah.
The Quinta, they're also in Portugal. They are in the south of Portugal, in Algarve. But James is just straight.
Looks too easy.
The guy knows his plaster really, really well. Him and his wife, they're just generally really, really nice people. And yeah, so
hard working as well.
hard working.
And all they do is stone and cement. I
Oh
don't
my
envy him at all.
god.
Sure.
Really, all that to say, guys, if you want to learn plastering, cement work, or if you're interested in looking at that sort of stuff and done the right way, we might not be the example for this. We're just a couple looking to finish their house at all costs, more or less, right?
But if we can do it, most of other people can also do some plastering and fixing. I think it's just, as we said, it's all depending on how much time we're gonna take to give the result that we want to have. But for sure, we're gonna be back and forth with the sanding and plastering, sanding and plastering.
James wouldn't. James would do it, and it would be straight, and it would be perfect from the first try. So yeah, if you're looking for a channel to learn how to plaster and things like that, the Quinta in Algarve, they're really the guys to follow. They, in our opinion, they do the best cement work that we've seen on YouTube. Huh? I mean, yeah, James is amazing.
He does a great job. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the corner needs to be binded with paint. So
this corner is super good, except for some little bits there. But yeah, the paint will definitely help out. And I mean, as you said also yesterday, we can't forget that now we're looking for every little fault that we can address it. But I think once the house is painted and we have frames on the wall and all of that, all these little tiny things,
it's gonna look better.
Well, we're not gonna notice them. Hopefully, hopefully. Yeah, looks good, babe. There and there. Back of the edge. Hey, does it mean that we get to bring in gypsum?
I think so.
And then spackle everything all at once, right? The touch up of this wall and then the first of this one, right?
Yeah, we can do that. Don't have to finish this to start putting up the gyps.
Wow. Another 4, babe. Same.
Up to here,
Yeah.
and this part as well is almost done. We just have more touch up.
So we can just put our stuff here and just make sure that we have that in between the We are still installing gypsum in the main living area. We're still plastering.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time lapse for sure.
It has to be. We have a lot of people now that are watching us from Vietnam.
Yeah, amazing amount. 18% or something.
Yeah, 18% of you guys are located in Vietnam. And if we spoke Vietnamese, we'd say something to you in Vietnamese right now, but we don't. So yeah, if you're joining us from Vietnam, a special hi to you. We never thought we'd have any viewers from Vietnam. Remember, we started this channel thinking that no one would ever watch us. But it's true, right?
Yeah.
We started with 19 subscribers, and when we hit 20, we were like, 20 subscribers! Day 5 of the Great Gypsum Adventure.
Is it 5?
It is the 5th day.
That's not gonna pay the bills, is it?
We
If you were a
would-
professional plaster company, you would be looking for a job elsewhere now, I think.
You would be looking at picking up cans on the side of the road to make bills. Day 5 of the Gypsum Adventure.
Yeah.
Shall we do it?
I just ripped this off as a band-aid. Just do it.
We're so over this, guys. You don't understand. We're
It's only room 1.
Oh my god. Well, guys, it's hard to believe it, but we finally finished plastering the main living area, right? Mm-hmm. It would have taken us around 7 days to do. It's hard to give you an exact timeline because really there's a lot of drying time in between each layer of plaster that we've installed, right? Yeah. There's a lot of things that have changed since we initially designed this kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
For instance, well, the amount of tiles that we're going to be putting in the kitchen. Ideally, we had planned for just a border, but we have to see how many we have left, and hopefully we can do the entire wall in these tiles. Now, this is officially our kitchen tiles. We have received them. We're also using these tiles in the shower area in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, next week we're starting the bathroom. So, yeah, bathroom and also putting the primer in this main living area, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the tiles decided, with all the plasters finished here, and we also have decided our final kitchen layout, I think it's fair to say that we can end this video for this week. And hopefully you'll join us next week because we're starting in the bathroom.
It's going to be nice to get the shower inside. Let's see how it's going to take a couple of weeks, I think, before we can shower inside. But at least we're going to get started with the project.
Yes, at least we're going to get started. Now, today it is August 18th, I believe. You will see this video on September 4th. So we still have a bit of time to edit it and all of that. We should tell you that internet is not yet sorted. Mm. So again, if you leave a message, we will get to see it whenever we go to town, because internet is, we can kind of access internet here, but just only on a few spots. So yeah, don't hesitate to leave us a message, a comment, or a question in the comment section of YouTube. We will reply to all of this the minute that we go in town and we have internet access, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have said, just to go back on the internet situation, a lot of people have suggested us to go with Starlink. We have tried Starlink, but our shipping address is not accepted. So we have to find alternative solutions. It seems that we have two. So Vodafone is coming to install internet here in about 2 weeks. Their most basic solution, which we hope it's going to work. If not, the process is already started with Vodafone's premium solution, which is more or less like Starlink apparently, and it works in most area. However, the last solution, the second solution, takes around 2 months to install. So we're not banking on having internet just yet, but one thing is certain, we can create the video here and upload them whenever we go to town or whenever we go to base camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, with everything finished up that we had set our mind to achieve this week, we're just going to have to say goodbye. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot for watching us. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye. We bought this paper. Let's try to show you. If you're not familiar with this product, it's actually a quite old product. What we've been told is that this was invented before the metal corner. So it's a paper with some little metal.
I think it must be good for domestic use, but if you do it in
a commercial setting,
yeah, I think your corner is not gonna last long.
But the reason why we got this is because the metal bars didn't fit in our car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Mm-mm.
And they're very fragile and flexible, so it felt like if you try to squeeze them in the car, it's just gonna add, I don't know,
dings in it and more problems later. So we went for this product, although it wasn't the most recommended by our main supplier, Davide Nuno. What we understand is that this paper with metal in it, Tony, the guy who helps us a lot at Davide Nuno, said that he used to use this in France, and apparently that plastering method is very, very common in France. But I never seen this before.
I've seen similar products, but as then again, mostly in bigger construction settings, but I never seen them put them around doors just to enforce like over windows and stuff like that. But mostly the metal thing in the doors.
Yeah.
It still works.
It still works. It's an option. It's good for you to know that this option exists. If, like us, you reach the end of your build, well, not really the end of the build, but towards the end of your build where you don't need a lot of materials to be delivered. Because often what you'll find out is that suppliers, because of the increasing cost of gas, of course, they're not so keen on doing just a small delivery in remote places. You need to have bigger orders.